Hey, what's up, guys? It's your bro Joe, and today we're gonna have some fun playing Haughty Surge Engine, and this deck is absolutely crazy. It's not just one of those fun decks that isn't competitive. This one is actually super competitive and extremely good in Standard right now. So it is your kind of typical Haughty Djinn and Tolarian Terror deck where you're trying to play a bunch of instant and sorceries, get those down in the graveyard, whether it's your Considers just to draw some cards, whether it's Search for the Count's Castle, aka Thirst for Discovery, or Impulses, throw those guys down. This guy gets absolutely massive, and he finally comes down and is just a menace in the air. And then eventually, of course, you can play your Tolarian Terror. But we have another card that joined with Brothers of War, Surge Engine. This thing is so good. Wins games. If you get this down and you have things to protect it, I don't really see much of a way that you can stop him from winning. He is a 2-mana mythic creature that's not legendary that you can pay 1 for. Okay, it loses defender and can't be blocked, which first of all is just nuts for 1 mana, 3 mana essentially. And then you can pay 3 to level it up again. For Surge Engine becomes blue and has base power and toughness 5/4. 5/4. 5/4. That is crazy. You can swing in unblocked for 5 damage, slowly just taking them down. That's after you've already done 3, so they're already down 8 points of damage. And then after that, you get your Haughty Djinn down and pretty much just finish it off on turn 4, or on turn 5, pretty much. What a fun deck this was to play. There's some really fun games ahead of you, so I highly recommend you stick around for all of them just to see how absolutely amazing this deck is. I highly recommend spending your wild cards on it, and yeah. Of course, we gotta have those cards that protect our guys, otherwise we wouldn't be able to really win any games. We have the Shore Up and we have the Negate, as well as Fading Hope that we can use on our own guys if we'd like. And yeah. That's pretty much it for the deck. Just go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy some Haughty Surge Engine. All right, really solid hand here. We got Delver, we have Haughty Djinn, and a bunch of spells to cast, and some protection if we need it. This is pretty much what you want to see when you got your Djinn. You want some spells to put in the graveyard, protection spells. You want your Delver so he can start chipping down on damage. I don't know, though. We're up against these sweet-looking sleeves and a Johnny Planeswalker. This could be a rough one. See what we got here, though. Up against his eat. Hopefully he doesn't eat me in this one. Alright, perfect. Go Delver and say go. And let's find the instant right off the start. Would love a Impulse. That would be sweet. Maybe a Consider. We find a Consider. Perfect. I'll reveal that. I love getting the 3 damage in on turn 2. Play our land, go ahead and swing in, hold up the Consider for their turn, and pass. Maybe find another land here. We can get Haughty Djinn out. We do probably want to wait, though, just so we can protect it as soon as we get it out. Up against Boros. Not very popular in the Standard right now as far as what I've seen. You could do some fun Boros decks, though. Yeah, I was wondering if it was Angels. Okay. Perfect. All right, we'll go ahead and Consider here. And off the top, we find Terror. Not right now. Another Consider, though. We'll do that now. Sure. I'll take the land. And another land on top of it. Sounds good. All right. I'll offer the trade. And they might trade here. Giada is so good, though. Or Giada. However you pronounce that. Yeah, I mean... It's truly a consideration. Do you trade with the Insectile Aberration, who's gonna do a bunch of chip damage over time? Or do you keep your Giada, which is huge for you playing your Angels? I mean, they come in with additional counter on it for each Angel you already control. We could Shore Up, give it +1/+1 and protect it, and probably not the best play in the long term, but I kind of want to keep this guy. I mean, there's a reason they block it, right? Because he's good. So he's untapped now. We can block whatever they might have. We can also negate. We have ways to draw cards. We have Haughty Djinn. Oh, and they have a backup. Darn. Okay. That's fine. But now that we have another Shore Up, so we can offer it again if we want to. We're definitely going to play... So let's go ahead and swing in first. I actually don't mind this trade again. Just straight trade. We won't do the Shore Up. Okay, they let the damage through. Perfect. That actually works just fine. We'll play Haughty Djinn. A 3/4. And then we have the shore up to protect if we like. And that means that our Thirst for Discovery costs 1 less. That's the one thing I keep forgetting about the Djinn, is how absolutely crazy he is just with instant sorceries in general. He is the perfect synergy within himself. Casting a bunch of instant sorceries, making them cost less so you can cast more. Genius. Truly Haughty. Haven't seen Surge Engine yet, but I wouldn't mind finding it. Or even finding the Terror again. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3 in the graveyard, which means that it would cost 4. So we could cast it if we find it. Alright, what you got going, opponent? Playing like, what, 5 colored angels here? Wonder what it's going to be. Every Inferno begins with a spark. Intrepid Adversary, that's nice. They can pay the 2. That's fine, though. It still can't block the Haughty Djinn, so that's good. Alright, go to my turn. We got a land. I kind of want to just draw cards on our turn here to see what we can find. And we already played our land here, so we'll discard this. And then we have an impulse, so we can see what we can find. Let's go ahead and swing in here. Offer the trade with the Insectile Aberration, and then probably get in with the Djinn. Are they even playing Angels? Is this a mono white deck and they only have this for like the domain card? I don't know. And we don't want to get this down. Probably should have impulse before damage so we can do more, but this is fine. I think we'll just save the impulse for their turn. We pretty much have this under lock, especially if we find like a Fading Hope for the Giada. It's just over. What you're going to do, always have a backup plan. I think we got this one under lock. We got great protection. We have an impulse in case we need to find something. Swinging in to gain the life. All right, let's see if we can find anything to stop him from doing that. Delver of Secrets, Make Disappear. I like to Make Disappear over everything else. So maybe we can counter something that they have for 1 mana. Crazy. But yep, no bounce. That's fine. Gain some life back. Really nice for you. And then tap for Giada. So they're playing an Angel here. It's a perfect time for Make Disappear. They can't play a Sanctuary Warden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a Sarah Redeemer, maybe? That would be smart. I could see them doing that. On vile wings and bloody wind, the swarms will rise, and I make disappear your angel, because I am rude. I would hate myself if I was playing them, or if I was them. It's not fun to get countered like that. All right. 6, 7, 8, 9. If we can find 2 points of damage here, which we just need to throw 2 things down. This doesn't have us draw any cards. I mean, we could just set up for the victory with second Haughty Djinn. Yeah, we just throw 1 down. We can't. Oh, we could. Yeah, we could. We actually have victory. So we want to hold full control here. We want to do a shore up onto Haughty Djinn in full control. And then pay the blue, but we negate our own spell. And so that throws 2 things down because this doesn't, like a Syncopate would, it doesn't exile it. So boom, that goes in the graveyard, goes up to an 8. We go to combat, we swing in for 11. Nifty little knowledge there. That's so fun. I've been doing the offer you can't refuse and like a consider little combo where you actually counter your own consider with offer you can't refuse, which creates 2 treasures, and it creates 2 treasures for you since you casted the spell. So there was a little fun way to take a victory there. We will take it. No creatures right off the bat, but ways to draw cards and protection. I like this. Let's go for it. It gets things into the graveyard for our Haughty Djinn. So we'll see if we can draw into it. I'd also love to see a Surge Engine here, especially with the protection. Consider. Fading Hope. We'll throw that down. It'll get more things down there for the Djinn as well. Make Disappear, like it. Land, go ahead and pass again. There might have been a chance that we considered drew into the... do we want to make Disappear that? Yeah, I don't like that. Let's throw that down, especially since you're playing Naya. It's all tokens and stuff. Land, pass turn, so much protection here. I mean, that's what we get for having so much of it. As I was saying, we probably could have considered and maybe found our insectile aberration, the one that it flips into. Can't think of the right word at the right time. And then played it. So, okay, they get a Galagritas down. Anyway, we'll consider Surge Engine. Yes, give it to daddy. All right, land Surge Engine. This thing wins games on its own. It is so darn good. And we'll go ahead and pass. We'll use this on their turn. And then it is unblockable. So flipping good. And having the 2 shore ups, just the 1 mana protection spell is huge. Yeah, this is awesome with the Galagreators. That's we could have negated it, but I feel confident that we could probably just win this with the Surge Engine, even if they're drawn cards and such. So cool. And I'm assuming you do swing in. Yeah, you want to trade with this guy because he's so darn good. But we got no blocks. And go down to 18, and they only have 2 mana. That really hurts in token decks. Alright, can't pay the other one, so we'll go to my turn. And we get a second Surge Engine. Oh, this is so rude. We want to make sure that we can protect them, though. So we could probably swing in here. We could probably just swing in with the 3-2 and then play this. That might be better, rather than making this guy 5-4, but in the end, we actually do more damage and have a better chance to win if we do this now. Okay, let's do this now instead. I'm not worried about them doing much damage, so we can do it now since they don't have any mana to use anyway. Go to combat, swing in, bring them down to 15, and hold up our protection spells. I love seeing 2 Surge Engines. It is totally a mythic, and I'm shocked that it's not legendary. But I'm happy it's not legendary so that we can play multiple of it. Join the dance. Number 2. Could have negated that again, but I'd rather protect my dude rather than you just getting creatures. That's fine with me. As long as you don't have any big way to gain life, which they should start seeing that gaining life is the right choice here. Create a tap treasure token and put a counter. Don't think that's the right play, but that's okay. Alright, swinging in for 5 damage. That's all good. Bring us down to 13. And I wouldn't mind a land off the top. And we don't get it. We get Fading Hope. That's pretty good against them putting the counters there. Alright, we'll play our second Surge Engine on second main phase here. We can't do the 3rd ability, so we'll just get in for 5. That's not a problem. Swing in, and then we have a good blocker next turn as well. Surge Engine, perfect. Have exactly enough mana to level it up in case they do tap out. Okay, looking at their mana, wondering if they're going to do something. Or we could double shore up and Fading Hope if we want to. Tons of possibilities here. Resolute Reinforcements, no problem. Just more things for that Galagreators. I guess we could have bounced it. We could still bounce it. Make them replay it. Yeah, it's a little late, but I think we bounce it. And we get a Haughty Djinn off the top. How many things do we have in our graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not bad, and it'll probably just secure the victory. Actually, we secure the victory next turn if they don't gain life here. So that was a good bounce. Sure. Yeah, we'll have it at the top. No problem. We probably won't play it because I'd rather upgrade this guy and go for the victory, but that's okay. Go ahead and pass our turn. We must level this guy up in order to have the victory next turn because they didn't gain any life. That is rough, man. Have to start seeing that you need to gain some life because of how we're playing tempo-y. Super fun deck, though. I mean, lots of awesome creatures here. And they Cabaret Charm, which means that they don't have any more mana to stop us. So we'll shore up. And it untaps. That means we have another blocker here. And with that, good game. Didn't quite have enough power to take us out here. And we have exactly what we need. Leveled this guy up so that we can just use 3. And we will block just in case. I mean, I'm scared of what they might have, but they have literally nothing they can do. So we go down to 9. It goes to our turn. We level this guy up. And we swing in unblockable for the perfect amount. Sweet. That's exactly how the deck is supposed to work. You do have to be really careful with this deck here, how you play things, how you save up your mana. Because although we might have somewhat of a perfect curve with the again, Insectile Aberration. I can't even think of the right name. We have a turn 1 play, we have a turn 2 play, we have a turn 3 play, and then we used to have a turn 4 play, but I took out the Kraken, and then we also have Tolarian Terror. So you can play that on turn 4 maybe, but you have to definitely be careful. All right, great win there. All right, well, this hand isn't much, but I'll take it because we have the Surge Engine. We can draw some cards, maybe find some protection for this guy, but for now, I mean, he wins games. I'm telling you. I mean, he wins games with protection. I mean, that's for sure. Ooh, up against blue. Okay. I think we win against most blue decks. We'll throw that down because I'd rather have protection. We get combat research, which is also great with Search Engine, and we find the Shore Up. I like it. Well, they can't counter it now, so now's the best time to play it. It is a creature, so it's not technically a non-creature spell, so all they can do is consider. Perfect. That's exactly what I thought they might have. They definitely could Fading Hope it, but at that point we'd have our Shore Up already, so we can probably just combat research here, and then yeah, we get another Shore Up. So let's go combat research onto Surge Engine. And they didn't play a land. Wow. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand. This is going to be a fun game. Surge Engine is so good. Oh, okay. I want combat research. I mean, we can't swing in with it now, and they'd have a chance to bounce it. That's kind of interesting. They Spell Pierce that. I'm paying 2. We probably shouldn't, but I'm paying 2. And let's see if they can Spell Pierce it again. Or bounce the Surge. That makes sense. Yeah. That was probably really stupid. I should have known that they would have the Fading Hope, and this is probably a Haughty Djinn deck. We might not be able to ever play this. Okay, yeah. Haughty Djinn comes down. We get a second Surge Engine. Would have loved another land so we can actually play it. We can level this guy up, possibly. Or we'll probably just consider. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not the best play at all. And I know it. I just like to make fun things like that. I really wanted the combat research on Surge Engine. It's just crazy to have that unblockable creature that can go in and get cards for you and get more things to stop it from dying. All right, Haughty Djinn swinging in. And they might actually win this battle after that stupid play. Okay, and I don't think leveling it up is the right play here. We gotta wait. We need to find something of our own. Oh, we have no land to take care of this. This is unfortunate. If we can find a land with this Consider, we can play Surge Engine number 2 and level up, but we don't have any protection. We have 3 Shore Ups. All right, let's just build this guy up. So we'll go 1. And then we will swing in. And then just hold up the Consider. We might be able to, if we can get 2 Surge Engine downs. If we have some way to stop him from being so big, we have to bounce him. That's really our only hope. Because they already bounced ours. Yeah, Thirst for Discovery. Draw more cards. Put more things down there. This is going to be such a bad loss. But we deserve it. We definitely deserve it. Alright, what else you got for us? Probably a Terror. We can't counter it. Thirst for Discovery. Okay, okay. That's fine. If we had one more thing in mana, that would have been huge. Getting this second Surge Engine down and getting him going, that might have been able to turn the tide for us. Let's try and Consider now and see what we can do. Delver, not good enough. Fading Hope. Oh, we could try, but then that means this guy is now susceptible to any type of removal as well. And they can just counter it and put another thing down and deal damage. I think it's over anyway. If they counter this, it's already just done. Or I spell Negate, yeah. Yeah, we know they got stuff like that. Okay. And they have more still. Down to... Oh, we just have to find another Fading Hope. Find a Terror. But we just don't have the mana. My goodness, they can just counter this. That's it for that game, folks. I don't know. Maybe we could have done it. They just had the jump. I think we even played first that game and just still came out on bottom. I think that was definitely a misplay. It was just to have fun and maybe keep the combat research on him, but it was not worth losing the game in order to just keep the combat research. So don't learn from me, but we do things like that here. We'll take a loss. A little bit of card draw and a bunch of protection. We could go for it again. We'd have to get lucky. And we're all about the luck. Oh, why am I doing this? Especially after last game. Yeah, we find a Delver. I'll take it. We don't get the turn 1 Delver, but that's kind of what I was hoping to see. And then maybe we can get a Surge Engine here as well off the top. Thing is Shigeki. Okay. Let's go Delver. Fortunately, we found that Consider off the top, which would have been perfect to reveal. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. At least we have the creature. I knew we'd probably draw into one. Lots of opportunities in this deck to do so, especially with the 1, 2, and 3 drop slot full. And they Circle of Confinement. That's fine. We'll shore up. You are not doing that to our Delver. Doesn't have Indestructible, but has Hexproof, and they don't swing in. Interesting. We will reveal that. That is a non-creature spell, and we can start going over the top. Boom, boom. We are winning the race. Down to 17, we have a couple things that we could do. Draw cards with Thirst for Discovery or Consider. We know that they're playing enchantments. I'd rather save this for like a Cameo Transience. And they could play it still. Michiko's Reign of Truth. That's an awesome card as well. I think we make disappear this. So we let that resolve. We make disappear the Michiko's Reign of Truth. No, I'd rather negate it because we need to save this for Cammy. And then we'll let them go to attackers. Swinging in. Why hold back? You can't block the guy. Fading Hope. Give me something better. Lands. That's not better, but at least we got off the top. Thirst for Discovery here. We can draw some cards. So let's just go ahead and do our thing. Swing in, bring him down to 14, pass the turn, hold up our Make Disappear for as long as we can. We know that they can't flash out any enchantments, so it's nice to know that. Hallowed Haunting, yes, goodbye, my friend. You are not resolving today. Gets disappeared. Huge stop there. And we get a negate as well. Perfect. Would love one more piece of mana so that we can actually take care of it. Why aren't you swinging in? Just swing in. Ah. That's what we get for being in silver. Man, one of these days I'm going to spend some time to level up good old Jeff's account here. But as of now, Catilda. Awesome card. Can block our dude. Yeah, I guess we'll still wait until the end just in case they're going to take out our Insectile Aberration. Michiko's Reign of Truth. We could negate that. Oh, that just makes this guy so huge. Or we could draw some cards to find another way to take care of it. That makes these guys massive. I'd rather draw cards, though. No, we negate it. I think it's just the right play. Rather than me wanting to draw cards, I think we take it out. These guys get too big. They gain way too much life with Catilda. So hopefully we just find something that we can return them to hand. Tolarian Terror. Awesome card. Let's draw some cards. We find Combat Research. Awesome. Doesn't make it unblockable, and it's not a legendary creature. But we find a lands. We find Tolarian Terror, which they're now going to hold up the thing of Shigeki to make sure that it doesn't get in. And then we'll go Combat Research probably on the Terror because it's Catilda, but they're going to start swinging in with that. So yeah, plays to go on the Terror. No attacks. Say go. So we're still doing good. They only have one card in hand here. Hopefully they don't have... Yeah, it's just a land. Fantastic. Swing in with the Catilda. I know you want to. But yeah, they'll definitely hold up the thing of Shigeki. So we just have to find some way to take them out of here. Make disappear, that's fine. We'll go ahead and Thirst for Discovery. Yes, on our turn. Oh my goodness, get those out of here. And yeah, well, we'll just stall. Say go. Jukai Naturalist. Yep, doing all these fun things. I don't really want him. Can they pay it? Yes, they can. So I will cancel then. He must resolve. Still okay. They have nothing in hand here. Swinging with the Catilda. That's fine. We'll go Delver. Man, even all this card draw, just not finding us a Haughty Djinn. How many things do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And massive Djinn. Lands. And we might just have to swing in with the Terror to take the Shigeki. No, we will be patient. Gotta be patient, Joe. Land, perfect. Our deck wins this. We have more card draw than they do. And a lot more counter spell stuff. We will reveal that and use it right away. Consider Haughty Djinn off the top. Perfect. That is a dude that we can trade with the Catilda. Alright. And we don't want them to gain 6 off of nothing. So, no attacks. Just keep being patient. A 10-4 Haughty Djinn. These decks are crazy. Oh, and they get the Hallowed Haunting. That's fine. Actually, we do have the Make Disappear up. We could... No, they have the mana for it. Yeah, there's no stopping it. Resolve, resolve. Just keep on drawing into that land. What? If they swung in now? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. All this land. Alright, let's go for the trade. Or we could just like force them to trade so they don't block here. 10, 11, 12, 13. They gain 7. So they go down 6. And then it doesn't trade. Let's force the trade. But they could bring back Catilda. Because it has the... And that actually gives them an enchantment to play. Oh, man. Yep, we just gotta hope our top deck is decent. They go back up to 18. Reestablish themselves. This thing of Shigeki's gotta go. We gotta start drawing some cards with this Terror. Alright, who are you putting it on? Gets +X, spirits or enchantments, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/5 flyer with lifelink. Ah, they borrowed time. Gonna put that on. Which one? Create a spirit. Probably on one of the insectile aberrations, I'd assume. But yeah, the Terror makes sense. You just have to pay 2. Which means you can't Catilda this turn. Because it's 4, right? 5. Start 5. Okay, let that resolve. There goes Terror. We have a Clear Skies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could counter the Disturb if they don't get another land. We just have to sacrifice one of our aberrations. Okay, starting to do some damage themselves. No blocks. Down to 11. Give us some card draw. Oh, that does not help. Alright. We will swing in. Down to 12. Pass the turn. If we can just keep going in the air, we'll do okay. They have ways to gain life, though, and they do get the land. So we can't even counter that way. Catilda's Rising Dawn. And that's pretty much all she wrote. Enchantments. They got us. Definitely whooped our booties there. But, man, we were so close to, you know, having a chance in that game. We don't have any cards that give indestructible. There's really no way we could have protected the Haughty Djinn. We would have had to probably just find a bunch of Fading Hopes to stop the Catilda from getting life and then win it that way. That was probably the way we had to do it. But, yeah, we'll take the loss. Oh, yeah. This is the hand I'm talking about. Protection and Surge Engine. I think that's where we went wrong the last 2 games. I mean, of course, maybe some misplays there. I guess it just depends on how you want to play. But we didn't have Surge Engine, and that is what we need for this deck. And we will not play now, because otherwise Surge Engine will get killed, and that's not good. So, Sego, what you got for us? Red, black, and blue. Impulse or Consider? Let's Impulse. Maybe it'll get countered anyway. Okay, they make disappear on the impulse. That is more than fine. That is great. That means that you can't make disappear on Surge Engine. So go Surge Engine, and now you realize that you screwed up, buddy. That's a big ouch. We find our Haughty Djinn. We'd love to get some more land here. Keep on hitting that curve. But yeah, it's just Surge Engine on the way. Oh, you go Abrade, you say. I go Shore Up. And you can't counter it. Perfect. I was worried that they might have a make disappear of some sorts there. And we do get the land. Fantastic. We could go Haughty Djinn, or we could go Surge, or we could consider... I think the play is probably just using Surge here. Yep, we do it for one. We go ahead and swing in. Bring it down to 17 and just pass the turn. Got to be patient with this deck. Definitely something I'm working on, just figuring everything out. Most of the time I do relatively well. Has been a long day. Recorded yesterday's video today and probably have another one after this to record, but hey, it's the life. It's so much fun. The deck that we played yesterday was awesome. It was Ginny Faye like humans combo, which if you're around right now, go check it out. I think you'd like that one. Just some long fun games of combo based humans. Corpse Appraiser, exile up to one creature, there's none. And they say pass. We'll go ahead and draw with the Consider. It's an impulse. It might be something to draw just to see what else we can get off the top. So let's draw it. Let's go impulse. They can't counter anything anyway. And we get another Surge Engine. I like that. I like the land too, though. Since we're grabbing this, though, we will take the Surge Engine. And we get another land. We could go over the top, start going over the top with like the Haughty Djinn. Or we could get another Surge Engine down. We can't do that and hold up the Negate. So I think we just level this up to 3 and swing in. We want to start hitting for 5. It's just massive. Alright, down to 12 here. Big plays from the mythic engine itself. Don't know why I was giving them prompts. They couldn't do anything. I guess they could crew it. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Alright, can we stop them from doing all of the shenanigans they want to here? 3 cards in hand. They got black mana, which means death. Lots of kill spells, lots of exiling, and damage with red. So, gotta protect the Surge Engine, boy. That's fine. Crew Reckoner Bankbuster will take 4 here. I have no problem with that as long as you're not drawing cards and possibly finding answers. That is alright with me. Isn't there, like, you guys understand how it is to have just those cards that just bring serotonin to your brain when you see it? Like, when I see Surge Engine, it's like, yes, that is the man. Urtai. That's fine. One more card out of their hand. We will lose Surge Engine here. We don't have enough mana to Fading Hope it. And they could have countered the Fading Hope anyway. But we have a backup. But I think we actually go Djinn here. It's technically quicker. So you have the Surge Engine part, and now you have the Djinn part. And we can actually go both. Yeah, with 1 card in hand, I think I feel comfortable enough doing both. And then just passing. And then we can really take him out here. Fable, I like that card. It's not really going to protect you against us, though. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good to actually just take this next turn. Alright, we will go ahead and level it up. No response. Yeah. So with that, we bring him down to 2 at least. So we want to level this up to level 2. Go ahead and go to combat. And wow, we can actually win it again. The same way that we won, what was it, the first game? So we just full control. Or I guess next to blockers. And then we go full control, Fading Hope, targeting Urtai, submit, and then pay the blue, negate onto the Fading Hope. Yes, I'm sure. Negate that thing and pay the blue. Resolve. Oh. Guess they have a response here. Maybe it's a Spell Pierce and we can pay the 2, or is it a Make Disappear? I thought we might have it, but I guess they probably have something they could do. Yeah, that make disappear, and they will sack the thing just so it gets casualtied. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to win, or if you're going to lose based on it, you definitely do the make disappear. So we don't want to pay the 2. They do it on the initial Fading Hope. But they're both going to go in the graveyard anyway. Okay. I paid 2 on accident, but they're both going to go in the graveyard anyway. So we still get the victory. I thought they might have it too, and I'm pretty sure that they thought they had it, but in the end, we took the victory. That was a great way to end all of these games. Let's go ahead and hop into deck wrap up. Alrighty guys, so there you have it. There was the Haughty Surge Engine deck, and we did only win 3 games to 2 losses, but this thing is nuts. I think it can really go undefeated. We definitely had some misplays and some tough matchups in there, losing to Mono Blue as well. But I think it's just making sure that you can make all the plays correctly, saving the counter spells, and of course, drawing into your Surge Engine. This thing just wins games. I don't see how you can win unless you just have all the mana in the world and all the counter spells to stop us from countering your spells. If this thing is on the board, it just gets massive by turn 3, or I guess by turn 4, technically, if you don't have the mana, which is more than enough as long as we're doing our countering, we're drawing some cards, we're getting everything down there for Haughty Djinn. I mean, just look at this curve. We got tons in 1, a little bit less in 2, 3, 4. Everything just works out well. We only got to see Tolarian Terror go down once. This card's okay. I wonder if there's some sort of replacement you can do. I'm sure you could throw in the werewolf that draws you a card whenever it deals combat damage to a player and can't be blocked. That's a really solid card. The reason I don't have it in there and I like this more is just because we need that top end. We need something like this to be on the ground, either be a good chump blocker or to just kind of flood the board, make the opponent do something about it, rather than having just another 2 mana creature where we'd rather just be playing the Surge Engine. So I really like this curve. I like how it fits in with the creatures. I love Delver's Secrets. He works in perfect. Surge Engine is just nuts. Totally a mythic, like 100%. And then Haughty Djinn and Terror and a bunch of spells. So let me know what you guys thought about the deck down below. Is it worth spending the wild cards on? Yes. I mean, a lot of this is just uncommon and common, and you got Haughty Djinn as rare, and all the rest just uncommon, common, and mythic. So this is an awesome deck. I would definitely consider spending your wild cards on it just because of how absolutely good it is. And a lot of it isn't rotating out, I don't think. Well, I guess you have the werewolves eventually rotating out in Midnight Hunt eventually, but super fun. Let me know what you guys thought about the deck and just the video overall. If you stuck around for the whole thing, I really appreciate you. Go ahead and leave a comment down below saying you stuck around just so I can give you a little like and give you a fist bump in the comments. And thanks for bearing with me as I've had a long day and sometimes missay some things or make some misplays. But yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity to share some videos with you guys and some fun decks. But without further ado, that is it for me. So I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.